What's up?
Stipe,
How are you?
I thought I saw you come in. What's up, man?
Yeah, I'm kind of back.
How you doing?
Awesome, awesome. You?
Awesome. I've been great. Been a great
Nice to
weekend.
hear that.
Miss you, man. How you doing?
You too, yeah. Uh, I'm great. I am done with the college. I'm kind of one step away from my masters, and I just have one thing to do, and I should be done.
Awesome. Good for you, man. And how do you
Yeah.
feel?
Well, okay,
Okay.
just one step up, let's say.
One step up. What do you mean by that?
Well, in life, I'm just kind of building myself step by step. So,
Okay. And like, let's say on a scale of 1 to 10, like how, do you feel driven? Do you feel, intact with how you feel like you should?
driven, definitely. Yeah.
Okay, cool. And I'm sure school took a lot of your time, huh?
Yeah. That was the main problem with it. Yeah.
Yeah.
It kind of never ends. It's next year, one more year, one more year. Come on.
Yep. Yep. Know
But
exactly how that is. I
I've
couldn't
had like,
imagine being in like medical school or law school where it lasts
oh
like
my
10
God.
years,
Oh my God.
right?
Yeah. You gotta have, I don't know, a goodwill to endure that for years.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, that's I mean, you end up making a lot, don't get me wrong. I always use that analogy, especially like when it comes to trading Forex, because everyone wants to make money right away, right?
Yeah.
But they don't
Yeah.
understand that like in all these other professions, it takes
It's a
10,
process.
12 years of schooling and studying and getting better on a regular basis before you end up actually making that money. So for you to come into the hardest market in the world and expect to make money without doing much work,
Yeah. It's not
it
gonna
should,
work.
yeah, it should put some perspective in your head.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad to see you back, man. It's funny because yeah, it's funny the way you came in because we got a couple guys that were in the same exact boat as you that are really starting to get back into it again. Nathan out in Ireland, Reese, Carlos, Gio, everyone. I mean, everyone's doing really well, but I'm saying David. But I'm saying, there's a couple guys coming back. Who else is good? Jaden's coming back. He's out in Washington.
Yeah.
He's coming back as well. He's like our crypto guy. But there's a good amount of guys that are, got their schedules figured out finally after COVID and going back to work and all that stuff. That now they
Yeah.
can come back to trading and be part of the group again. So glad to have you back, brother.
Thanks.
Now, do you want to hop on a catch up call? Obviously, this is kind of cool. Doing it here, but I'm saying like an actual Zoom to go over a couple of different things. I could catch you up on some stuff. We
Well,
could go
if
from
you
there.
have free time, we can do it. Yeah.
Okay, cool, cool. Get your back and firing again.
Yeah. Let's roll.
So, have you gotten a chance to look at the charts at all?
Yeah. I was kind of trading for the past 2 or 3 weeks, maybe,
Okay.
but it was kind of 1 or 2 days a week just to not forget the stuff.
Yeah, 100%.
And I had some kind of great paper trades. I
Did
didn't I
okay.
didn't get to journal them, but I had my demo account and I kind of made almost 20 and something percent in just a few trades
Wow,
with with the gold.
wow, good stuff.
Yeah, I got some really good moves.
There you go. And how were you taking those? Were you just like super disciplined with your risk management? Like what how do you feel about those trades?
I was kind of using a different risk strategy. I was
Okay.
kind of risking 0.5% of what I would usually risk, but I would try to catch the larger moves. So I wouldn't be bothered if my trade hit the stop loss, especially if I close partials, maybe at break even or something, and then I would let the trade to go in the direction that it's even in counter direction. let's say I'm in a sell bias and it goes into the price is going up. So I'm kind of waiting for the moment where the price would reject and go into the let's say daily candle direction. So I would kind of, my trades were based on daily candles, but I was trying to get my entries on 30 minutes, 15 minutes, even 5 minutes. And if there was a huge rejection in 1 minute and stuff like that, I would take that into consideration, and then I would build the risk. So I would kind of add more risk when price starts going in my way.
So dynamic risk.
Dynamic risk, yeah.
Awesome.
But I would add risk only in situations when, I don't know, I'm maybe, let's say 20-30 pips in profit and price makes a retest, and the retest was near my entry. So that was kind of confirmation that price won't break in another direction, and that it will continue in daily direction. So I would add more risk when it breaks the low, let's say in sells.
Good stuff. And you feel comfortable.
It's kind of hard to explain without the chart, but I hope you got the point of what I was trying to say.
Yeah, I got the good gist of it. I would say maybe just like break down a trade that you've taken before. On what was it? Gold is your main pair now?
Yeah, let's say I got something from just let me find it on the charts from in last Friday in the drop when that drop. Yeah.
So I'm leaving the charts naked just so that some guys hop in, we can start breaking them down. Let's see. What time frame?
I'm currently at 5 minutes, but it was Friday. Let's say it was 2 o'clock. 2 o'clock. It was 8 a.m. for you, I think.
Right here. You grab this candle.
Yeah.
Nice clean move to the left.
Yeah. So I was expecting it to kind of mirror the move on the left, but not the whole move, because it would be hard to I don't know, get in one day.
That's a lot of pips right there.
Yeah, a lot of pips. So I was kind of looking to break at least, let me say, if I can annotate.
Yeah. Here, let me scan this. There you go.
To at least this area here. So something to mirror up here.
So now what appeals to you with this area?
So first it kind of got here, and then it kind of bounced off to retest this lower area, this thing here.
Which thing?
Which was consolidation.
Yep.
So, and when it touched that price, I guess bigger players got in to drive the price all the way up. Yeah.
Right here. Yep.
So I guess since this area here was kind of key area, since it bounced off. So I was kind of I don't know, I just wanted to close in that area, because I wouldn't be sure if it's gonna continue dropping or it's gonna bounce off again and maybe make a huge liquidity grab to go even more up. So
are you saying like from right here, when you took this trade down, this is where you were securing right in here?
No, I left the price to drop, but if I, on lower time frames, if I maybe saw a rejection, I would close. So since it was a really quick drop, it really just dropped, and I was closing partials, and that's it.
Yeah, that just tanked, and then all of a sudden, once we started reaching this area, we started getting weak a little bit, and then we had a nice volume trap, 845, like we normally do.
Yeah,
And then price came right back down into this area over here.
Yeah, and
Beautiful.
what was interesting that usually gold have the movement after NYSE open, but at Friday it wasn't there. So I was expecting the price to even drop lower at NYSE open, but I guess that New York open and late London session kind of got all the volume, and there was no volume left in the NYSE open.
Yeah, this seemed like the scalping move right over here,
Yeah,
like that
yeah,
huge volume drop, which is what you got, which is perfect,
yeah,
and then, obviously we ended up, sellers came out, took some profit, buyers came in a little bit, but not too much. And then you saw that gradual drop. And
yeah,
then obviously the market opened up last night, still bearish, coming right back down. So that was a good move, man. So that's how
yeah,
you finished your week with this move.
yeah.
Beautiful, beautiful. And now, how do you feel about your trading right now? Like, what do you feel like it could be better? What do you feel like you've improved a lot? I mean, this is
Uh,
basically our catch-up Zoom right now.
I improved a lot, and I don't know. I have a few losses, but generally I'm up. But I guess that's how it goes with gold. You can't always win.
Oh yeah,
You need to have really big stop losses in gold. It's really volatile, and it can make you,
oh
I
yeah.
don't know, crazy. You
That's
can get PTSD after a few years of trading gold. I don't know.
that's got to be your main focus. Is not your main focus, but your first focus, the stop loss. Like if you see a trade that you plan on taking, like the first thing you're looking at is where is the stop loss going to be? Where's a reasonable stop loss where I'm not going to get stopped out, but
Yeah,
also, I have some room to breathe a little bit where if I do go into some drawdown, I'm not panicking because the tighter your stop loss is, the more you're like on the edge of your seat. And you don't want to be
yeah,
like that. You want to be calm. You want to be cool. Yes,
of
you're not
course.
going to make as much with a wider stop loss, but at the same time, it's going to do you some good.
Yeah, I don't need much. I need my target is I don't like to put targets because they kind of make pressure on me if I don't make the target, let's say weekly goal. Sorry, if I don't accomplish it, then I get some, I don't know, pressure to I gotta make it, and that's the reason why lately I'm trying to avoid the weekly, daily goals, monthly goals. So what I get, and but let's say in average, I would be satisfied with 2.5% a week, because
Okay.
that's 10% a month. Let's say you trade 10 months, that's 200 and something percent. So it's kind of more than a doubling account in a year,
Yeah.
and it's
100%.
kind of
That's pretty good.
more stable trading, not risking too much. And I don't know, maybe if I get to some phase where I have larger sums of money available, then I would, let's say, try to risk more and uh, well, go for some high risk, high reward setups. But
Yeah.
on the side, I will still trade this uh, more, let's call it more investment account than trading account.
Yeah. Nick, you work, correct?
Uh, Not currently. I do some things on my own with
Okay.
electricity. I kind of install some things, and
Nice.
just a side job. But
I didn't know
I don't
that.
like I don't like someone over my head, and I like to get a job, do it on how I want, and get paid for myself. Not expect someone else to pay me.
You don't like the idea of having a boss or
No,
being dependent
no,
on somebody
no,
else.
no. I was working as a waiter while I was on college, and it was a good money, especially for here.
Mm.
And I was kind of always fighting with my boss and stuff like that.
What do you think caused that? Because I get related a lot to that. But what caused that?
I'm a fucking stubborn man.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and when
I
I'm sharing
appreciate that.
something and you're trying to tell me the opposite, no, I'd rather kill you than admit that you're right, if I know for sure that I'm right.
Of course,
And
you have your principles.
yeah, yeah, I can't get over that.
Nah, I can see that. I feel like with me, when I was in the workforce, I was never a bad employee. I was rebellious, yes, but like I was never a bad employee. I just knew like there's no way I'm gonna do this for the rest of my life. I can't listen to somebody. I can't, ask somebody to use the bathroom.
Yeah,
That's not up my alley. It never worked for me. So I'm just better off working on my own. Again, I'm not a bad employee, or I wasn't a bad employee. I'd rather
you
not.
feel imprisoned.
What was that? Yeah, yeah. And I know that sounds extreme to some people, but that's just how it is. Like I don't want
Yeah,
to be part of that rat race. I don't want to, be dependent on somebody else to pay my income. No matter how much I work or how hard I work, I'm still making the same amount. I just don't
yeah,
agree with that. I'd rather work 100 hours a week for myself and be
yeah.
my own boss and work much harder than to work only 40 hours a week for somebody
Yeah.
else.
You can have your own rhythm, your own tempo, and you can organize yourself better.
Yeah,
And it's much more natural.
100%. 100%, man.
I was a good employee too, but the thing was that I was kind of showing that I know a lot of stuff, and then uh, the colleagues and the bosses would use it. You know this, you know that. Can you do this? Can you do that? Fuck, come on, give me a raise.
Yeah. Yeah.
And after 2 years, I asked for a higher salary, and they said, you know, like this, like that. You know this, you know that. I said, okay, bye,
Yeah.
and
Okay.
changed the place. And I mean, it's all the same. And when you change the places, it's good for you for maybe a month or two or three, because it's the new team, new guys, new
Hmm.
everything. But then you, I don't know, it gets boring again.
Then reality sets in.
Yeah,
It's like, all right, I've basically been there. I've been doing that. And it's just like same exact situation, just different people, maybe different industry, but same
yeah,
exact thing.
yeah. It's never really the same, I guess.
100%. Nathan, what's up, brother?
My man.
How are you?
All good. How are
Glad
you?
having you back. Nathan, this is Stipe. I don't know if you guys have met yet.
What's up,
Yeah.
Steve? How are you?
Hi.
Have you guys met?
Uh,
Well, now you are.
yeah.
But anyway, Stipe,
I've
Nathan
seen his
was.
messages in Slack, so
Oh
I know
yeah,
people.
he's the man. He's awesome. He's been with us since basically the beginning. I mean, I remember hopping on Zooms with Nathan before I even started the mentorship. I was just helping people out, and he's been in here since the beginning. He's just had a just gotten a new job, great position, been being promoted. It's funny, Steve and I were just talking about having jobs and all that stuff, but you have a nice steady job, you like it, that's the most important thing. So just takes a lot of your time, right?
Yeah, that's it. It's just as we spoke about yesterday over the weekend, it's all about finding a balance and finding the ability to make time for the things that mean the most, whether it
Yeah.
be spending time with friends or work or activities that you want to get done. You have to find time and make time to do the things that are going to make you feel good.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's it.
It's super important. One thing that like really I don't want to say gets under my skin because not much gets under my skin, but you read books like Relentless, right? I think Nathan, you read that. Tim Grover.
Yeah,
Like, and he talks about like if you want to be one of the greats, you can't have balance, right? And I hear so many different mega successful people saying the same exact thing. It's just like, then how do you have a life?
yeah,
Like I want to be, at that level, but at the same time, like what's most important? You're gonna have a family at some point. You're gonna, settle down. You have kids that you need to focus on as well. Your career you need to focus on, the trading, all this stuff. Like it's almost impossible finding balance, but you need to find a way to do it because there's no other choice. Because you're just gonna run yourself up a wall. You're gonna be crazy, right? Um,
yeah.
but it's super important to try and find that. And as you guys know, your schedules have both gotten pretty busy, so it's tough finding it. I get it. I get it, especially when you have like a a different schedule on a regular basis, right? Where, you know, every single day is different throughout the week. Like it's very hard to find balance doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's where I'm at. But you know, you manage. You got no other choice.
Exactly.
So, quick announcement for you guys. Something cool that Sharm and I are gonna be doing. I know Nathan, you're not on Instagram, but Stipe, you are. But I was thinking, what if Sharma and I combined these live sessions and did them together? But I know that's a little unrealistic. But what we're going to be doing is every single Wednesday, we're going to be doing a live stream on YouTube together, just breaking the charts down. Because what we do on Mondays is we break down the charts. We do the full fundamental and technical breakdown. We post that on YouTube just so everyone has an idea of where price is going to go. And then on Wednesday, it'll be like a catch up. Like, okay, this is what's gone on since we talked on Monday, since we broke everything down for you. But here's a live scalping session so you guys can see how we trade. But it's going to be great because both of us just bouncing ideas off each other. Everyone, you know, in our groups are going to be able to, you know, give their opinion and where they think price is going to go, stuff like that, and ask questions, all that stuff. So that'll be exciting.
Definitely.
Yeah.
100%. So Nathan's back, baby. I love it. Oh yeah,
Yes,
I love it. The fact that you posted in the group Trello. So we'll break this chart down real quick. I don't know why everyone's sleeping in right now, but while we're waiting for them, want to do a full market breakdown. Why does this take it forever? Stipe, did you trade at all last week?
Just Friday.
Awesome. Nice. Good some detail on here. 10 pip gain on GJ. See, 15-minute entry. Get the clean move to the left. You got this resistance up here, 157, 350. Clean move to the left. This candle breaks the high of that candle after creating a bottom wick.
Yeah. It was the open of the hour, literally as market opened at 8 o'clock. And then it filled a wick. And then I was like, right, this should push pretty hard. Like, because even coming into the market open, like it was moving on the 5 minute. I have the 5 minute there as well. That's what I took the trade off because the 15 was clean, but I liked the 5 minute for my stop loss placement. So then the 5 minute just looked a bit better. Like, so I took the entry on the 5 minute as I filled a wick. And then obviously we could see before, like there was a little bit of a push up. So I was like, entered in, and then it didn't really push hard. It came up maybe 5, 6, 7 pips, and then it started to pull back. And then I noticed my trading view was like completely different to what was on MT4. Like, I don't know whether it was the provider or what it was. I've switched the provider now and I haven't taken a trade since. So I don't really know if they're going to match up when I enter another trade. But I could see that I was kind of floating maybe 3 or 4 pips in profit. So I just took the profit and I just left the trade. And I just wanted to wait until the market structure just kind of solidified a tiny bit. And then it did that. So obviously the next 5 minute candle, it dropped and then it came right back up again. And then I was kind of like, it's moving pretty fast and it's creating long bearish and bullish candles. So I was like, it's not really the structure I want to be in if it's going to continue to do it. So I just waited. And then on the next 5 minute candle, it created a bottom wick pretty quickly. And then it flipped bullish and then I entered. But I entered, and as I was saying, my MP4 and trading view weren't matching up. So when I entered at a much lower price as what I was seeing on trading view. Was different. So I entered at a much lower price, which wasn't bad or anything, but I couldn't exactly see 100% of what the market was doing because the two of them were like slightly skewed.
Got it.
But anyway, price pushed, came up pretty high, got 10, left, runner got stopped out of break even because the market came back. But it just seemed like I I don't know if it was because I've been trading for a while, whether when I went onto TradingView, it picked a different provider.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I would say. It is the liquidity provider. So all you got to do is, do you have two screens? I think you do, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, put your MetaTrader on one screen, TradingView on the other, and just match them up on the lower time frames and see which one, IDC, FXCM, there's a bunch of different liquidity providers.
Yeah. I think
Forex.com,
Owanda
Owanda.
was Owanda was the one that was on this morning when I went on. And then I've still been having some issues. So like basically I tried to I went with Vantage because I was with them before, and I just wasn't really bothered in setting up another account with someone else. So I just opened up another MT4 account with Vantage and put some money in, and then I got my MT4 up, but MT4 wouldn't let me log into the account. So it's like something I'm gonna have to look at later on, because I'm gonna try and maybe get a bit of back testing in later, or just get some just journaling and reviewing done. But yeah, no, I actually entered the trade off my phone because I had it set up there. But I'm gonna get Vantage set up later on and then have that all set up, because even when I went to set up a demo account with Vantage on MT4 on my laptop, it was giving me like an error message. It gave me a message in the bottom right hand corner of Vantage being like connection error, and then it wouldn't let me reconnect. So yeah, it's something I'm gonna have to look at later on. But yeah, it's still good to get a trade in and watch the market for a bit this morning.
Yeah, how did that feel?
Yeah, it was different. I felt good this morning. Woke up, was gonna go. I was going out for a walk, but this morning was like a hurricane. It was like crazy winds. It was like raining. So I just went out the back garden. We have like a little canopy, so I just went under the canopy and just did some stretching and stuff like that. Did a bit of core, and then I had some breakfast, had a cold shower, and then I came down, sat at the charts at around probably about 7:30 my time. And then the market was live then, so yeah, it was good.
Beautiful, man. Awesome. I'm
good
glad
to be
you're
back.
back.
Though. I felt great this morning. Felt so good. Felt so nice being up early.
Good. You just, I know you don't want to get out of bed. Most times at least it's like, oh, it's here we go. It's Monday again or something like that. Like that's how most people think, and it sucks because like you live the rest of your life like that, just like like here we go, gotta go to work. Again, Stipe, we were just talking about that, but like, even with us, like most of the time we want to get up, we can't wait to get up and take a trade and stuff like that. But there are some days that you just don't feel like it, and I'm sure this morning you just got up and you were like, oh my God, let's go. Like we're back, it's kind of exciting for you. But with this trade specifically, I was just a little confused on what exactly happened. And this will come back to journaling. I'll explain that in a second. But so it looks like you ended up entering on this 5-minute candle.
That was a first entry.
Okay, so it created its bottom wick and flipped bullish, and that's where you entered?
Yeah, exactly. So it created that bottom wick, and then there was obviously the open of the hour and the open of the market. So when it created that bottom wick and started to push up and fill the wick, I was like, right, here we go. This is a bit of volume here now. So then the price started to push up, and as I was saying, I was about maybe 6-7 pips in profit. But then price started to retrace, and then I was kind of like, I wanted market structure just to kind of solidify a tiny bit, and for it to kind of find a bit of the structure that I was looking for, because obviously when the market opens, sometimes we can get like a lot of volume, and then volume can kind of pop out a bit, and we don't have that solid structure. So that's when I pulled the trade. Again, it might have just been something where I was a tiny bit uncomfortable. But I also seen that the price hadn't kind of created a higher low just yet. I know it broke out, so I did that the trend line that comes across and it touches the top of those candles. Coming down, and then obviously it broke that, but it didn't kind of form a higher low. So I was like, is price going to form a higher low and then continue to push up? So that's kind of, I don't know if that's what price kind of did, that when it created that the long bearish candle down and then the long bullish candle up.
Yeah, so you almost got stopped out here.
Well, see, I wasn't in the trade then because I pulled the trade.
So you closed position at 3 pips. Okay, this happened, and then your re-entry. Got it.
And then I re-entered.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, I was so confused by this. And
sorry, my charting's probably off.
No, well, in a way, not really. Like this is just the way you chart, and that's completely fine if that's comfortable for you. As long as you could go back months later and look at your journal and be like, okay, this is exactly what I did. This is exactly what I was thinking. I just misread this, so this was on me. When you said close position at 3 pips, for some reason I was reading that you secured right there at 3 pips.
Yeah.
Right, and I just read it wrong. But now that makes sense. Now that I'm rereading that and paying a little bit more attention. But that's okay, cool. So you close the full thing, you realize, okay, we're out of resistance, we could get that rejection, and we ended up getting it. You probably would have been stopped out with the spread, and then you get that re-entry as this candle closes above resistance, creates this bottom wick. And did you enter on that bottom wick?
Yeah, so I entered on that 5-minute candle as it flipped bullish, but as I was saying, because I was looking at trading view, I entered the trade, but on my MT4 the price was lower and the price was at like 157, 150, which is where I entered. So basically on MT4 it was showing it as if it was the bearish candle, but on trading view it was showing it as a flip bullish candle. Do you know what I mean? So that's when I was like, I entered based off trading view, and then price obviously pushed up, got 10, and the runner got stopped out at break even because the market came back down again.
Yeah. Beautiful. Good shit, man. That's how you start the week. Now, are you so the 5-minute, is that something you've been looking at?
Well, I was looking at it. It was more I was looking at the 15-minute, and then I wanted to find the entry on the 5-minute.
Okay.
Because I was simply just looking. I kind of want to use the 5-minute to find to get my stop loss placement.
Okay.
So then on the 5-minute, it just looked a tiny bit better.
Got it. Yeah, it's something where, like, you know, once you get like more experience and everything, obviously you can start like taking things on the lower time frames like that. But it's also good for like somebody that's really getting into a pair, or maybe first starting to trade, and you're journaling your trades and everything, and then you're like, wait a minute, like if I see a good entry, like this is a good entry on the 30-minute, the 15-minute, like, all right, that's great. But let me see if maybe there's a better entry on the 5-minute or the 1-minute. And let me see if price is rejecting in key levels. Because, you know, the 1-minute is really the best chart, honestly, when it comes to price action, because you get like every single candle has 60 seconds of data. So you're getting an update of where price is going to be every 60 seconds. So that's great. And, you know, you don't want to be trading the 1-minute on in like a range or anything, but you want to take a look at the 1-minute where price is reacting to a certain level, to, you know, a key area where you have a support and you have a trend going right through that same area as well. You see price starting to react to that area. And this is something that you could pay attention to down the road, where it's like, all right, maybe I could get an entry over here, like a tighter entry with a tighter stop loss. And you're always constantly trying to get better and better. So that's awesome.
Yeah, no, I want to. I haven't really traded off the 1-minute. I think the lowest I've traded was off 5-minute. But I've seen obviously the guys in the group have traded on the lower time frames. Like even Giovanni used to trade all the time off the 1-minute and find those candles. And those were the ones that I need to improve on. But I kind of wanted to just, obviously with this trade and stuff, the main thing was obviously just getting into the market. One was managing the trade, managing the emotions of it, and then just sticking to the systemic approach that I'm trying to take now with following that risk percentage, and following it the way that it's appearing in front of me. Because even when the trade didn't work out the first time, even the way it kind of planned out, I was kind of like, you know, I don't want to be in the trade, and if I missed a move, I missed a move, but I'd rather be out of the trade than be sitting here uncomfortable.
100%. Yeah, no, that's a great point. and that's where you want to be as a trader.
Yeah.
Wondering who made all these things.
Sorry. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe it was because I put them in there that it came up, but I definitely
I
didn't
don't.
use.
I don't think this is you. I think it was just accumulation of everyone over the past year, just journaling their trades. Um, but I wanted to. The reason why I was looking at these labels is because I want to make one for like Stefanos reviewed. So just so that you guys know, it's labeled that like, all right, I took a look at this. And I'll write something in the description section like I normally do. But I'm glad we're getting back to this. I think this is
Yeah.
key for us during the live sessions as well, so that we can break down trades, learn from each other, see how everyone trades. It's a good idea.
Yeah. Like this evening, my plan is if my soft FX isn't working, ideally I can go into Trading View and then use the rewind tool. But I want to at least get maybe 20, 30 minutes of that in. And then more importantly, get 30 minutes of review done, looking back on, if it's not my own trades in my own journal, it's other people's trades that are in the group Trello, that I can see what other people have done.
Yeah, no, 100%. I think something big for you too is what's it called? Where you would go back into the previous week and look at all the trades that you could have taken. Like back, do you have the rewind tool, the replay tool?
Yeah, I have it there.
Cool. So go back to the 10th of October, Sunday, and just do the same thing I was doing over here. Trading journal. Computer's been a little slow. We're like everything that you would have done Sunday, everything on Monday as well. And I know it looks tedious, it looks like very lengthy and all that stuff, but this is powerful as far as like just reviewing, seeing what you could have done better, analyzing everything. It's great. But this is something that you could do this week for last week.
Yeah.
Put that in your journal. But since everyone seems to be sleeping in, and they all told me that they were going to be waking up, getting ready for the week, I guess we will break down the chart. So we have, I wouldn't say a lot of US data this week. We have a lot of GBP. We got PMI coming out at the end of the week as well. But looking over here today, we have industrial production. So that's what's going on basically in the US as far as, it's self-explanatory. But Bank of Canada Business Outlook Survey, pretty big when it comes to trading any CAD pairs. Nothing much else. Unless you're taking a look at 8 a.m. tomorrow morning, GBP got Bailey speaking as well. Now, if you take a look at the UK economy, they're all most of them are hawkish, talking about increasing interest rates even before tapering, right before the end of the year. So that's why you've seen this massive bullish run over here on GJ. Let's go back to the higher time frames over here. Focus on GJ. But that's why you saw this massive bullish run the past couple of weeks, the past 2 weeks, I would say. Actually, if you take a look at the weekly, there you go. Past 2 weeks, we've been extremely bullish. There's been a couple of people that have messaged me on Instagram that have saying that they failed on selling GJ. And I'm like, why are you selling GJ when you have the market sentiment, everything pointing to bulls and GJ just riding up, right? And there's a key component to GJ and figuring out how price is going to move moving forward that I'll point out when we start breaking the chart down. But let's finish out with the economic calendar over here. Now, we have Bowman speaking, Bostic speaking, and Waller speaking tomorrow afternoon as well. So a lot of FOMC central bank speakers around the world as well coming out this week. Let's see what they have to say. Are they hawkish? Are they dovish? Are we going to be tapering by next month, right? November, they've been talking about that. So that's a pretty big deal when it comes to the U.S. stock market, our economy, and basically the global economy, because whatever we do, banks kind of piggyback off of that and try to do the same exact thing. But I don't know much how much longer that's going to be for, but we'll see. Now, Wednesday, we have CPI coming out, right? Consumer Price Index. That's big when it comes to inflation. We're seeing global inflation. We're seeing energy, a lack of energy right now as far as gas and oil, stuff like that. Like the global economy is not healthy right now, and we've been in a bubble for a long time. But again, back to here, we got CPI coming out, PPI coming out for the pound as well. Got some Canadian economic data coming out as well, but you guys don't really trade CAD. Looking at Thursday, we have unemployment claims coming out. We have Waller speaking as well. Philly Fed Manufacturing Index. I'm actually going to be in Philly today. And then later in the day, of course, we always have that Japanese data during the Asian session. National Core CPI and Flash Manufacturing PMI coming out for the yen as well. Now, moving into Friday, big PMI day, right? This is the main one you want to pay attention to if you trade in the euro pairs. The German economy is the main economy in Europe. You also have the French Flash PMI, retail sales coming out for the pound. We have a lot of data coming out for the European countries over here on Friday. So maybe a lot's going to wait for that, but we should see a couple of moves this week. Let's just trade based on what we see, not what we think, and go along with it that way. So moving into the charts over here, if you guys take a look at the monthly and the weekly and look at where price is right now, between 156 and 149, we've kind of been stuck in this range, been in a multi-month downtrend coming all the way back down to 149 over here, holding support. And then we had that talk about increasing interest rates. We created a higher low with this bottom wick over here as we tapped back into this area after multiple rejections, previous candle body highs. Price has just been rocketing up, right? Just creating higher lows, higher highs, respecting trends, and continuing right back up. And we're finally back above 156. We've been talking about this for quite some time. We thought, maybe price was going to hold support over here and continue up, but we ended up continuing down and tapping 149 before continuing right back up. Now, again, what I was saying was we've been in this market recovery since COVID began, right? Since March and April of 2020, we've been bullish. Higher lows, higher highs, printing all the way back up. Now, this over here was the crash of 2008. Brought us all the way down to historical lows around 120 in 2009. We ended up correcting and retesting that area. And then we entered that market recovery around 2012, 2013, global market recovery. Price has just been pushing all the way back up, right? Respecting higher lows and higher highs. Now, if you take a look at the area that price is in right now, if you look right over to the left, does this look familiar? It doesn't have to look exactly the same. I'll put it on the chart perfectly for you, or bring that in. But it doesn't look exactly the same. But if you take a look, we ended up creating these highs up here during this recovery, 156, and enter that corrective phase, retest previous candle bodies over here, retest this previous wick right over here as well. And then we ended up closing above that area. Now, if you look at the monthly, are we going to get a close above this area like we have over here? Month isn't over yet. Are we going to get a little retest? And then we get this skyrocket as we pass the high of these wicks, right? With some volume. That's some strong volume over here. And that basically on the monthly is when we're going to have increased interest rates, and you're going to see the pound continuing all the way back up. We're going to have some levels to break, but you got clean moves over here once we break 164, right? Once we break this area, you have a key area of these wicks over here, this wick right over here, and these wicks right here. Once we break this area, you got a clean move to the left, and we should be continuing. And by then, we should be above this 200 EMA. Looking at the weekly is the same exact thing. But weekly, as you can see, above 156, price ended up closing above, right? Creating this high and consolidating a little bit on this area. And then we continue right back up, right? So are we going to get something similar where this week ended up closing above? We created a top wick over here. Are we going to consolidate or, continue right back down to 156, hold support, and then continue right back up. All right. But that's how you use historical data and back testing to basically base what you're going to be doing in the future based on where price was previously in the past in that same area. So weekly, again, we broke our multi-month downtrend over here, and we ended up just skyrocketing up. You can see it better on the daily. We're respecting this area over here. Finally broke up without even a retest. Price has just been bullish, and there's something behind a move like this. That's the interest rates, right? We ended up breaking above multiple levels, but a good thing for you guys to do is just back test and do a full review of this entire move. How could I have gotten this entire thing? Throughout my scalping sessions, right? Multiple New York sessions in here, multiple London sessions. I know you guys trade London. How could I have gotten in at that time? How could I have gotten scalps? And how could I have swung this thing all the way up to where it is right now? All right. Great practice. So now, again, we ended up creating this high right up here, 157,500. Now you're getting a little bit of a retracement here, a little correction. You do have a clean move to the left. We're extremely bullish. It's very hard to sell a pair like this right now. Respecting higher lows and higher highs. But sometimes you can get that quick scalp coming right back down, thinking that we're going to retest 156, hold support, or maybe consolidate to tap into our key area right here, and then continue right back up. Looking at the 1 hour. The 1 hour, I don't really want to trade anything in here. It's nice and simple. Stay out of this. Wait for that close below here if you're going to take a sell. What I would rather do, since, market sentiment is all bullish, technical analysis all bullish as well, I would rather wait for a retest right here if I'm going to sell anything. You do have a clean move to the left. You do have a good amount of pips right in here as well. That's 72 pips, so you can at least catch 10, 20 pips in here on the way down, but wait for candles to close in your direction. You don't need to take this move, right? And as long as you keep that in your head, you're going to be fine. You don't need to grab this scalp coming right back down. This is maybe something that you can journal to, add to your journal, study it, and take this down the line. But this is, you're going against everything right here by taking this. That's why you got to be careful. Wait for the retest. Wait for candles to close in your direction. But other than that, you're waiting for supports to form. Maybe support to form down here, and then you could take this right back up. The 30-minute, again, this is a no trade range in here. Not worth taking anything. So leave that there. We'll wait for price to break above resistance, and we'll also look for our next zone of where price could be going on the lower time frames. You guys have questions so far? No? So I actually obviously, we have this area right over here, and maybe that's why we're consolidating so far, right? But we also have this wick, and if you take a look to the left of that wick as well, we have a previous support over here in this whole area. So I think price could end up continuing through 156. Obviously, it's already at 156. We created that resistance a little bit in this area. Once we break 158 specifically, I think we'll reach 160 to come right back into this area. You got a clean move here, clean moves all in this area right over here. And this is what you're looking for. What's up, Gio?
Good morning. How's it going, man?
Good morning, man. How are you?
Living good.
You have a good weekend?
Yes, sir.
Awesome. Good to hear. You see who we have back in here?
Let's see.
Nathan?
Oh, wow. How you doing, bro?
Our guy. Might be at work right now. But we were talking before. he's backing at it. But anyway, we need to wait for price to break out of this area over here. Either wait for this little quick scalp that you could get about 72 pips. You get that clean move to the left. I'd rather wait for a support to form and continue up. But again, if we get candles closing in our direction over here, we may be able to grab this move coming right back down. But again, keep in mind you're going against market sentiment. Now, that's what we're waiting for. And GJ will move over to gold over here. Gold has been interesting. We've been kind of What's up?
I just got in the sales on gold.
Oh, did you? Nice.
Yeah.
I'm actually looking at it on my MetaTrader over here. Now, once I break it down, what was that?
I just entered with 0.5%.
Okay. And where do you think price is going to go?
To retest the lows on just a second. On 30 minutes.
1760.
Yeah, this could be a liquidity grab into this messy area on 30 minutes.
Yeah, we're pretty bearish right now. I know the dollar is holding support so far.
Yeah.
Right over here.
4-hour liquidity grab.
Yeah, that makes sense. Let's see if the dollar holds support and continues right back up. Looking over here at gold, again, 1830 being that significant area over here holding resistance. We were in this range, and it looked like we tried to break below this range to continue right back down to 1680, but we're still kind of consolidating over here. What I've seen with this formation is that if this candle ends up holding this top wick on the weekly, just opened up, and we end up passing these wicks, like this previous wick over here and continuing down, we should come down to fill this wick, right? Especially if you get a close below this support right over here, right? You get these candle body closes. Right over here. So if you get a close below that area, I think we could come down back into this area over here. All right, previous support, and then eventually 1680. But we got to see what happens. We got to see if they start tapering, right? Or are they actually going to taper next month? We do have a lot of FOMC speakers speaking this week, so maybe we're kind of consolidating, waiting for banks and institutions to hop in to see what they're about to say. They're basically waiting for that as well. So we'll see where GJ or gold is going to be. But right now, we need to wait for that close below. If we hold support and create this bottom wick, we could continue right back up and fill that wick as well. Let's take a look. Could we end up holding support over here? Obviously, we had some of that data from last week, push us all the way back up. We corrected it, right? And price coming right back into this range over here. Let's try to move this. It's tricky trading in all this because you got all these wicks over here. Price came right back into this range up here, closed right back in. Is this going to be a fake out to continue right back down? Could be. Looking at the 4-hour. 4-hour has a nice healthy resistance over here. And as Stipe mentioned, you ended up selling this. It gets tricky in here. Right? Anywhere in here is very difficult to trade. You got a nice clean bearish candle though. This candle created its bottom wick, past the low of that candle. Now it's starting to retrace. Are we going to get like a retest of this area? Like a retest right over here for price to continue right back down. But this is a perfect resistance over here. But if you look to the left, also lines up as well. Looking at the 1-hour. 1-hour, we've been bearish, right? These candles got a little weaker. Candle bodies are very weak. You got a lot of wicks. So this is where you would want to have a wider stop loss if you're trading something like this. Is that right, Stipe? Do you have a wide stop loss over here, like we were talking about before?
I'm just above the 5 minutes. VIX, current 5 minutes.
Okay. You're trading this on the 5-minute.
Yeah, I like the setup of 5 minutes.
Okay.
because we had a rejection from that 7064.5 point, and the next 5-minute candle just made a rejection wick, and the current one just created the upper wick, and I hope it's gonna go down. Well, we'll see.
We shall see, my man. It looks like
Not
we're
looking very nice, but we'll see. We need a volume here.
yeah. That's the main thing. Yeah, it's a key area right there. Let's see if we can extend this up a little bit. Can't believe it's Monday already. I feel like it was just Friday. Yeah, so let's get rid of this stuff. As we know, those are our key areas. This is interesting. Yeah, I personally would want to. I think I'm staying out of gold for now. See where it could go. GJ is just ranging over here. Now we just wait. Hey, Gio.
What's up, man?
So, so something I brought to the attention of Sharma is that I think what we are gonna be doing this now, but I think a good idea is for us to host a live trading session every single week. So on Wednesday, we're gonna be doing the market breakdowns on Monday, like we always do on YouTube. And then on Wednesdays, we're going to be doing a live session together every single week.
That sounds good. With her group, right?
What was that?
With her group together?
Yeah, her group as well. And then you guys, and it's going to be on YouTube as well.
That's cool.
Yeah. And so we'll get so it's starting this Wednesday. Looking forward to it. Getting a little reaction over here, Stipe.
Oh, they're doing NY session as well?
Yeah, it's gonna be the same exact session, 6:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I was like driving around the other day, and I was thinking like that'd be huge if we could do. And I was originally thinking every single day, all of us, right, throughout the entire week. But like I know that's maybe too much to ask, especially her being on the West Coast. But I just mentioned like let's do Wednesday midweek. We do our market breakdown on Monday. And then, Wednesday we do like a catch up, like, all right, what happened from our breakdown on Monday? Let's see like where we're at right now. And let's do a live scalping session.
Who was the guy invited you last Friday? Was it Friday or Thursday?
Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Pipcraft, I believe his name. I can't pronounce his actual name, but he just reached out to me. I was like, yeah, I'll come on. So that was a good trading session.
I like the 15 minutes now, but it's kind of struggling to break the low.
Right over here.
Yeah.
Yeah, these are a lot of.
Break the low is gonna be good, but if it doesn't, it could be a rejection to go up.
It's a big rejection area right here.
Yeah.
The Golden Giovanni zone. Just catching up on the anybody subscribe to the Bloomberg 5 things to start your day? No.
Nope.
This is let's see. It's a good newsletter. Let's see if I can find it. Bloomberg opinion.
Okay, we're doing that.
Here you go. You manage it?
I'm at 10 pips, but since it's 100%, I'm gonna go for 20.
Okay. You gonna get off at
I'm-
20 pips?
Yeah, I'm gonna try to catch the lows on 1 hour and 30 minutes.
Okay.
That was my original idea, so I'm gonna stick to it.
Yeah, the 1 hour just worries me a little bit. With all these rejections down here in this area.
Yeah, but it could be just another rejection to continue further down.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
they have a perfect setup to go down.
100%. I'm not saying it's gonna reverse over here. I was just saying this support is significant. And plus you got
Yeah.
that psychological level 1760. Let's see but this is completely free for you guys. Bloomberg, you got to pay for the subscription, but if you guys go to bloomberg.com and look at 5 things to start your day, I'll actually send this into the chat. You could subscribe right over here to get the newsletter sent to your email, and they send you 3 what is it? 5 things to start your day. Yeah, they send you a Asian edition, a European edition, and then US edition. And they send you 3 a day, according to each time session. Let's see, chat. There you go. Look at Forex. Gio, you starting to see supply chain issues in the grocery stores over there?
You said what?
You
Supply
starting to see
chain what?
supply chain issues in the grocery stores?
Oh yeah,
Really?
definitely.
You guys
I
got
mean,
empty shelves?
our own warehouse actually running out of stuff.
Your warehouse?
Yeah, because our so the supplies that we provide our franchisee, right? Everything's proprietary to us. But now we're releasing a lot of memos saying that, oh, you guys could purchase this from outside and use it as temporary substitute. We're the agent's supposed to be doing that.
Wow. Yeah, I don't know what's gonna end up happening. Entering some scary times. Starting to push over here, Stipe.
Yeah, but I almost got out because take a look at 1 minute and you'll see the last kind of almost a rejection.
Look at these wicks.
Yeah, it's really weird. I mean,
Nice.
gold. You never get used to gold.
Damn, man. What's going on with gold? Just crazy. Is this what your charts look like on the 1 minute?
On 1 minute.
It looks like this for you guys too?
Nope.
No? Okay.
No, it's clean.
Yeah, maybe it's just a liquidity provider.
Yeah, I've never seen that one. Which one
Yeah,
is
that's
it? FX
weird.
IDC. I'm on forex.com and they're okay.
Okay. Yeah, there you go. That's much better.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll get rid. Let me just break this down real quick again.
Close 75.
Whoa there.
I'm 500 up. Oh, I didn't tell you. I got funded with 100K on MFF,
MFF.
my Forex funds.
Nice. How do you like them?
They're nice. I mean,
Really?
the funding talent stuff. I don't know what happened to them, but I kind of like these guys more.
Yeah, I ended up getting a refund from from funding talent just because like I don't want to be dealing with it anymore. And it's funny because even before I did that, I was very iffy about funding companies, and I was like, you know what? I like these guys. Like like the girls are very professional. I like the way they handle things, and they do everything. And it's just lo and behold, I don't think it was anything to their fault. I think they registered something as a certain type of business in Canada and then lost the funding because of it. Like there was nothing. What's the word for it? Like they didn't. I don't think they were doing anything on purpose to scam anyone or do anything like that. So, but I don't want anything to do with it.
I mean, I guess they all do the same thing. Use the money from the people that lose the challenge and pay to the guys that kind of that are in profit. Because I still see I'm on live. Let's call it live account on my Forex funds, and it still doesn't have a slippage and stuff like that. And you can't have that on the real account.
Yeah,
No slippage. Come on.
exactly.
I mean, I got slipped on my real account on IC Markets, which has a great liquidity, and this one is kind of obvious, but I don't care. As long as I can milk something out of them, I'll try to do it to kind of run my own account.
The goal should always be that you're leveraging them to fund your own account.
Of course.
And never to be like completely dependent on them. Obviously, you know that. But yeah, I think that should be the main goal for most people.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this liquidity provider looks a little better.
But it's kind of
still a mess.
Yeah. I mean, I kind of got 0.5% for today, but I'm okay with that.
Nice. So you started week 0.5%. That's good.
Yeah, and I traded last Friday, and I got 3%. You know, they just
exactly.
It was kind of, I don't know. I guess I just got that moment on Friday. I had the paper trade I told you about because I wasn't there I wasn't at my laptop, so I didn't want to execute that on my phone. And after that, I just got a move after it, which was kind of retesting the same area. It was a few pips. I think I got around 40 pips with 10 lots, and I kind of got out and closed everything and said it's done for the day and for the week.
Yeah, it's smart. You got out, you were done, move on to the next week.
I mean, 3%, it's my weekly goal, not daily. And
that's
just fuck off the charts and that's it.
Now, was it easy for you to close the charts and be fine with it? Or did that take a little talking yourself into?
No, I just closed everything, and
cool.
I was kind of, you know, I know that volume is at NYSE open and stuff like that, so I got back to charts, but I used only 0.1% on one trade, and I said, okay, you're gonna trade, but you're not gonna risk anything significant. So just to, let's say, don't make a paper, be at live account, but you know, just to have the feeling that you're there.
Yeah. No, that's awesome.
and I ended up in profit $100. So I said, okay.
There you go.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Yeah. I mean, I when I was getting into Forex and was looking at Raja streams, and the guys there always talked about don't trade on Fridays, it's Friday. And I don't know, in my experience, Fridays are good for me. I always end up in some kind of profit at Fridays. So
well, first of all, it's always what makes sense to you. Forget other people.
Yeah.
You know, as long as it makes sense to you. Obviously, more experienced people can give you a heads up on what to do, and you can learn from that. But take that and experience it for yourself. Now, that doesn't mean go on a Friday and over leverage 50% of your account on a little 10 pip scalp. But that means, you know, doing your due diligence. Like, okay, these people are saying that you really shouldn't be trading on Friday. So let me see why they're saying that. Always asking yourself why. So let me go back and back test the last 3 months of Fridays. What does this price normally do? And you'll see most pairs normally drop on Fridays because a lot of banks are taking out profit, especially on Thursdays as well, right? A lot of banks don't trade on Fridays. So a lot of banks, they're doing the mitigation where they're taking money out of the market on those Thursdays. And you'll normally see like a nice move on a Thursday, or no, throughout the entire week, where let's say GJ last week pushed all the way up, right? And then Thursday, you started to see a little bit of a pullback on GJ during Thursday's New York session, right? And then we finally ended up, you know, continuing up. But most of the time on Fridays, you get a nice little drop on some of these pairs, really depending on what the market sentiment is. But most of the time, I tend to think that I'm looking for a drop.
Yeah, and I think that they're kind of moving the weekly candle to its final position to grab more liquidity for the next week and stuff like that.
Yeah, the weekly is creating its either bottom or top wick.
Yeah, and in Friday, it usually makes a completely opposite of what it was making the whole week.
Yep.
It was kind of, what the fuck, gold? What you doing?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Get back.
And this is why it's so important to stick to one or two pairs, because it takes a long time to really get used to these pairs and understand the way they move.
Yeah.
In certain times.
I've been watching. No,
go ahead.
I was watching the Ted's from Uncle Ted, the stories he's putting in. He's been active lately, and he's kind of killing it with the profits. I mean, he's making from 1 to 3% a day, but when you compound 1 to 3% a day, it's huge
for him. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's always been killing it with the profits, if that's what you want to say.
Yeah,
I like Ted a lot.
He's got a PhD in gold, I think.
Yeah, it's funny listening to him explain, like, breakdown. Like, I remember when I first started coming on those live streams and listening to him break down gold, it's almost like it's like a different language. It's like, what are you seeing? Like, he'll be pointing out these random areas. I remember he'll be like, this this area right here is very, this is what you look for.
Very key area.
I'm like, what are you looking at? Like, what is this? So eventually you start to catch on and take notes. I have a whole notes, there's that notes app on your iPhone.
Yeah.
So I have one on the same thing on my iPad, and I would just write down notes. Basically everything Ted has said in 2019 is written in that. And then I think there's a dude in Market Fluidity that actually put together an actual document of things that Raquel and Ted said throughout these lives. He went back and watched them all, and basically wrote down in this document. It's like 30 pages. So that's always good to have. But again, you take what they say and you take it like I don't want to say a grain of salt, but it's like, all right, this means nothing to me unless I test it myself.
Yeah, just try to implement that in.
Yeah.
I'm trying to kind of use it to, I don't know, kind of take it into my strategy, but the way it's I'm okay with it, that suits me, and my way of thinking, and just to take his way of thinking about how the gold moves, and that's the most important one.
100%.
Thinking about entries and leaving the trades, that's on me and how I perceive the movement of gold.
Absolutely. And that's what's it called? Somebody else that you want to take a listen to is Kerwin.
Yeah.
Kerwin's got a great analysis on gold as well. And they've been looking at it for years. So, they know what they're talking about.
Yeah. Come on, gold.
Yeah. Come on, Gigi. Giovanni loves that. I don't know if you met Giovanni yet, have you?
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, Gio, I mentioned Nathan's back, but I didn't even mention Stipe's back as well. That's awesome.
The gang is here.
Yes, sir. We some of our normal guys
Carlos,
are not in.
Carlos and Reese.
What was that?
Carlos and Reese.
Yeah, we got Carlos, and we actually had a great Zoom session this weekend, like individual, just catching up, seeing how they're doing. Reese has been really killing it, really on the ball with everything. Just kind of like hit another stride, which is awesome to see. But I don't know where he is today. He was back testing and everything last night. Maybe he slept through his alarm or something. Oh, Carlos just DM'd me.
Can you switch to 1 hour on gold?
Oh, he had to work today. Yes, sir. Are you still in gold?
Yeah, with kind of quarter of my position.
I'd say that was a nice call as far as the rejection.
Yeah, I was expecting that.
Yep. Yeah, you said it.
Yeah.
So the 1 hour?
Yeah. That's a great. Yeah, I entered on top of that leg.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
My entry is 63.8. 63.8.
Sniper. Right up here.
Yeah.
So let's see what we look like.
Based
Okay.
on
30-minute created top wick right there.
On 1 minute and trend line. I just got a trend line on the highs, lower highs on higher time frame. And
yeah, let's put the trend line back on here.
Yeah. Yep. That one.
Perfect. It's a nice little snipe right there.
Yeah. I'm still in with one lot, and I'm gonna try to leave it until maybe 70.58. We'll see.
Now, Steve, what gave you the confidence to be trading gold on these lower time frames? You just back tested it or experience?
More like just watching the chart and kind of seeing the maybe wider picture on daily movement, because I kind of noticed that usually what Asian session starts, the early London session just continues that same movement, and they're trying to move the price either to the previous highs or lows.
You're saying from the Asian session, same movement?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
Same movement from Asian to London?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what
that makes sense.
Happens in most cases, not always.
Yeah.
And then as we're going closer to New York and pre-NY, the price is either at the tops or the lows, and it's kind of making just a better entry for New York session. And then I'm trying to ride the whole wave and get as much pips as I can, because then I can get maybe even 50, 60 pips.
Yeah, no, 100%.
It's kind of almost catching a whole daily candle.
Yeah, no, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's what I was talking half an hour ago when I got just into the stream, when I'm actually entering with smaller positions and waiting for a intra daily candle retests to add more positions into the same direction. So I'm trying to use dynamic risk to get the most of it.
That's all. And you like dynamic risk a lot more than static?
Yeah.
Yeah. It makes sense. It's more advanced. I feel like a lot of people end up doing dynamic risk, but they do it the wrong way. And it gets very tempting to take multiple entries with, like, you know, you just end up triple tapping for, you know, tapping it multiple times, ended up over leveraging.
Yeah, and then gold likes to do a retest and you get out.
Oh yeah.
And then it goes back into your direction. And
Exactly.
you say, what did I do?
That's
yeah.
gold.
Just you need to wait for those retests, and that's it.
100%. That's gold, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
So let me I will be right back. Gotta go grab something. So GJ's just staying here. Like I said, we could be end up coming right back down. You know, buyers getting out, but again, need to wait for that retest. Need to. All right, give me 1 sec. All right. How you doing over there, Steep? We did close bearish over here. Gio, how's work going?
Same old, same old.
What was that?
It's all the same. Yeah, back in the office for this week.
You're back in the office this week? You like being there?
It's kind of what do you call it? It's well, because I was in the field for a week last week, right?
Mhm.
And so sometimes like traveling gets you like you want to come back home and stuff. So and then but sometimes when you're in the office for some time, you just want to get out and you like go back to the field.
Yeah, no, I could see, I could definitely see that. Just gotta answer our client. Chris getting his workout in. All right, let's see what we got.
Yeah, gold just made a retest, got me out, and now it's gonna fall again.
Yeah, right over here. Yeah, it's a weak candle right over here. I can definitely see. You know, we created our top wick.
Looking at 1 minute, it's nice setup to go down.
Yeah. But we'll see. This seems like a significant support over here. I do agree it's bearish, but
I mean, I don't care, right? I got my profits in.
yeah, no, 100%. I'm saying like we created a higher low up here and we keep respecting it. We keep rejecting that area. But we also keep rejecting this area. We'll see what we get.
If it breaks this trend line, it could be a change of a trend.
Oh, could. I think that change of direction will be above 1766. You know, if we get a close above that area.
Yeah.
GJ can't figure out what it wants to do. Looks like China's economy is taking a fucking hit.
Have you seen the? I don't know if you follow Bloomberg on Instagram.
Actually, that's a good question. I don't think I do. I have them like I subscribe to them.
Oh, gold. Gold is crazy. 40 pips in dang. 25 pip, 1 minute candle.
Really?
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, there you go. 1766. Starting to change direction over here. Yeah, 1760. Anywhere in this area right here, if you look at the 1 hour, see right over here as we were rejecting that area.
Yeah.
So, Steve A, what about Bloomberg?
I saw a post where they were kind of calling retail investors to buy the dip on on Dow Jones.
Really?
And yeah, and I was kind of okay, what are they planning now?
Yeah, right.
And I've seen the Thursday and Friday candles on US 30 made a move of 3%, $1,000. And this daily candle from today is kind of dropping down, and just seemed like actually huge liquidity grab for sells.
Wait, so they were telling them to buy the dip?
Yeah.
Okay.
And it kind of looked like a post which had a sponsored post on its forehead, from the bigger guy. I mean, when someone is telling you to buy the dip, it's obviously, I mean, in 75% it is gonna be something, I don't know, just do the opposite.
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty funny. Yeah, I actually just followed Bloomberg. There's a lot of people I used to follow on my old Instagram. I'm still trying to get back that weren't on, that I don't have on the new one.
How is going with the retrieving the back one?
Oh, I'm still going at it. I've been I sent them a couple different messages. I'm thinking about going like a legal route, because it's like honestly disrupting the business. So I don't know if that's something I could do to kind of like scare them a little bit and be like, oh, let me just, not that would scare them too much, but you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like they disabled the wrong account.
There is one account with 10K followers with your name.
Yeah. Well, it's around 8.
Yeah, but there's one with 10.1K. Is that yours or someone's trying to?
Really? Another one?
Yeah, it's just right in to Stephanos 8. That's the username.
Oh no, that's my personal Instagram.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. Well, let me see if, now that you say that, let me see if there's another one. Yep, there's another one. I hit 300 followers. I gotta post my loss from last week. It was funny. I was on a nice streak, and I was I post my trades on the thing, and it looks like I don't post any of my losers. And I said that on my story, and then I was like, watch, the next one's gonna end up being a loser now that I just said that, and that's exactly what happened.
Yeah,
It's all good though.
What a move.
Yeah, gold.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was something about these 1 hour candles getting weaker right around this area. And once we got that rejection right here, this candle created its bottom wick and then passed the high of that candle. Not that I thought that we weren't going to continue down, because we very well could, but I thought maybe we would get like a retest of this whole area.
Yeah.
You know, and form a resistance right here and then continue right back down. But let's see what we're gonna get. 8 o'clock at that 8 o'clock volume. The dollar did, do a little fake out over here from this consolidation. We closed above, clean move to the left, but then we got this weak bullish candle where normally on our pairs, when we get this weak bullish candle with a bottom wick, long bottom wicks, next one ends up maybe not the next one, but subsequently the next couple candles end up just tanking. And that's what we got here. So we got a nice fake out. Gold is on its way up. Let me just answer Reese real quick. Golden. Cool. Long ass message. So we could be getting this retest over here to continue right back down, but again, we're holding a strong support, and plus, like I said, with gold, it's hard for me to trade in this. There's no clear direction on the 4 hour and the 1 hour, the daily. All these higher time frames, we're all just kind of all over the place in here. And what's setting these things off, obviously we were in a nice trend. So forget all this happened. Right? Forget that happened. we were consolidating in here from 1830 down to 1760. Right? So actually not even 1760, but you could put your stop loss down here around 1725. But every time we tapped into 1830, we had a nice little move down. And then, we were kind of trending this way, right? Or when we tapped 1725, we were trending upward this way, creating higher lows and higher highs. But now that we're in this range over here on the 4 hour, there's no clear direction. Like, it's not like we're breaking resistance here and we're not breaking support right here, where you'll have a clearer direction because you got a clean move to the left, especially once we break 1775. And we know 1776 is a significant level to the left, and it's been for a while now. But right here, it's difficult to trade in that. Now, since tapping into 1725, you've been creating higher lows and higher highs so far over here. We're starting to react that way, where we created this high up here, hard correction, right? But this candle closed with no bottom wick. This candle came down, created a bottom wick, tapped into this area. Are we going to hold support over here to continue right back up? If we see a continued drop of the dollar, especially if we break below 93,700, we could see this continue to rise a little bit. But again, I think a lot is really depending on US data and what you want to call it, US data and the tapering in November next month. Gio, do you have one of those nano wallets?
Yeah, I ordered from Amazon.
Awesome. Is there any specific one that you like? I was talking to Jaden. He was pointing out. Let's see.
Yeah, which one I got?
The nano ledger right here.
Yeah, Ledger. Yeah. Yeah, that one.
Now what's the difference? Like why would I pay
Ah.
double the price? Do you know?
I don't really know. I just bought the cheapest one.
Yeah, I figured I would just get this. There was something I was reading as far as the comparing them. I just didn't understand the comparing. I think one that just has Bluetooth capability. Shit, hold on one second. All right. Yeah, Gio, I didn't see much difference between the two. Battery, I guess this one has better battery. But yeah, the Bluetooth compatible. You're not Bluetooth with with like an app?
No,
No, you're not.
nope.
Does it matter? What do you just plug it into your computer?
Mm, I don't really see the difference. I mean, I guess some probably using a what do you call that? Those Surface thing that doesn't have a USB port.
Yeah, no, I was saying like for you, like how do you see the data that's on yours? You plug it into a computer?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Okay. So yeah, but like I'm sure with this, it just has the Bluetooth capability. So I might end up just getting the S. Good to know. Yeah, we're getting lower highs over here on GJ. Gio, it's looking like this Evergrande situation starting to seep into other real estate firms as expected.
What happened? I thought another company was trying to buy them out, right?
Yeah, I think you were mentioning that, weren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. It says over here, like here. I'll click on this. China's trying to reassure investors that Evergrande's going to be fine. All eyes will be on Chinese real estate developer Cynic Holdings, which warned last week it's not likely to repay offshore bonds worth 250 million due on Monday. On Friday, another developer, Chinese Properties Group, said it had defaulted on 226. Yeah, this is going to get ugly, and it's going to seep into the U.S. It's going to seep all over the world. Colin Powell. What? Dude, Colin Powell passed away? Dude, that's crazy. Gio, you see this?
Yeah. Hey, have you ever had a chance to listen to Joe Rogan and what's his name? The guy from CNN.
Oh yeah. Gupta?
Sanjay Gupta. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you listen to the whole thing?
Not the whole thing. I just saw clips.
Oh. It's just fun listening to them. Like, I mean, they're on the other side of like the other. Well, I mean, it's very what do you call that?
I might
It's
have to
very
look
fun.
at it.
Yeah, it's very fun to listen to them because I mean, both of them have a good point.
Yeah, they both of them have a good point, you said?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I definitely agree with Rogan's point with some of that. Why were they lying about him?
Oh yeah.
But I respect him for going on there. I just can't believe Colin Powell died today.
COVID complication.
That's insane. This is a guy that, like, when I was a kid, you don't obviously pay attention to politics. You don't really know what's going on. But there were three people that I really learned about and paid attention to. It was George Bush. Obviously, he was our president as a kid. Then you had Condoleezza Rice and you had Colin Powell. These three people were like the only people I knew that were in government at the time. And I didn't pay close attention or anything like that, but I learned more about him as I got older. But first of all, I can't believe he's 84.
Did they mention anything about vaccination or something? Yeah. Was he vaccinated or something?
Does it say he was vaccinated?
Yeah.
He was fully vaccinated.
Oh.
Wow. Let me close this door. Sorry, yes. Man, Colin Powell. Nuts. Look at that. CNBC has a 5 things to know this morning as well. Yeah, China's GDP disappointed. Stipe, we're starting to reject that level over here.
Yeah, I got another entry.
You get another entry?
66.65.
66.65.
Yeah, another sell.
You sold?
Yep. I'm now at 1%, and I still have one lot inside at 20 pips.
One lot?
Inside, yeah, with 20 pips.
Wow. Now, what are you up right now?
Total on this account or for today?
Just for the day.
0.95.
Okay, nice. Up about 1%.
Yeah, 1.1%. I closed
Nice.
just a bit more. I'm definitely done for the day. I'm gonna let this runner run, and that's it from me.
Until we bounce off 1762 again.
I don't know why, but I like to catch these bounces.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's your
Especially looking. Yeah. Sorry.
that's what makes sense to you, I guess.
Yeah, especially look at this 30-minute candle now.
30 minutes.
It's a nice one. I like it.
You like this
It's
as far as
huge,
continuing bearish?
that's a huge rejection of that area
Oh, yeah.
from that consolidation on the left.
Yep.
But I mean, I don't care. If it's gonna stop me, it's gonna stop me.
Yeah, I'm definitely done trading today unless we tap into this area.
That's
So
where
maybe
you
I won't.
bounce.
That's great. Stipe the sniper.
Yeah. You know what? When have you ever played games on computer, or
Yeah.
have you ever played Call of Duty?
Yeah, of course.
Call of Duty 2? online. Call
You
of Duty
broke
2.
you
Online,
broke up. What was that?
Have you ever played the second Call of Duty #2 online? Have you ever played-
Modern Warfare 2?
No. Just the second one. It's from 2004, 2005. I don't know what
Oh
year.
yeah, the World War II ones.
Yeah, I think it is. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember those.
Yeah, I played it as a kid a lot. I think I have more than 1,000 hours of of it.
Oh,
So
really?
I was always trying to be a sniper. I like the snipers, so
I can see that.
I think that's some coincidence.
That's awesome. Yeah, did you remember playing Medal of Honor?
I just played it for a short time. I wasn't a fan of it.
Gio, did you play that as growing up?
You said what? A Medal of Honor?
Medal of Honor? Do you remember those games?
Let me see. Because was it on PC or console?
I think it was on PC, but it was on PlayStation 2.
Oh, then probably yeah. Oh yeah. Okay.
You remember those?
Yeah. Right.
Yeah,
Right.
in the Pacific. Actually, in the Philippines.
hmm
There was one in the Philippines, but those were the games that like I grew up playing those, and when those were huge on PS2, that's when Call of Duty started coming out with some of their games. It was very similar, but it was more World War II oriented in Europe. Actually, there was a Medal of Honor in Europe and one in the Pacific, the Rising Sun, something like that. And but I remember Call of Duty kind of getting bigger and bigger. And then all of a sudden, I don't know, what was it, like 2007, 2008? The first like real online Call of Duty came out. It was like the first Modern Warfare, I think it was. And that's where they just kind of took off.
Yeah, I played Modern Warfare. It was, I think, fourth part of the sequel. The first two were for PC. The third Call of Duty was just for, I think, PS, and then all the rest are made for PC.
Okay.
I remember the Modern Warfare was the first game that I really bought, because of the key code, so I could get in multiplayer, because Call of Duty 2 was always a pirate version, stuff like that. All the games I ever played were pirated versions, so.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we don't
That's
have a problem here. I don't know. In the US, you can get a fine for that, or how's it?
Oh yeah, you could. I remember they used to scare people with going to jail, stuff like that, which I'm sure could still happen. I've never heard of it happening. Like I know we used to download music like on LimeWire, all that stuff, and they used to say like they'll be stomping down your door and doing all these different things, and nothing ever happened to anyone I knew. So I don't know.
Yeah, it was normal here to download a pirate version.
Yeah,
come on, who's gonna pay for it?
Well, there's also this app on the Fire Stick, Amazon Fire Stick, where you can get free movies and everything, and we still do it, and we never get in trouble for any of that. So,
really,
it's a great app. You get all TV shows and movies that you want to watch. It's basically on that.
Was it Cody or Code?
Yeah, you had Cody first, and then now it's like CO Movies, something like that, Cinema.
I use Popcorn Time for movies.
Use what?
It's called Popcorn Time.
Okay.
It's kind of app which uses torrents so it kind of in the same time downloads the movie from some of the torrent sites, and it's playing it.
Okay.
So also you can choose if you want from app that it saves the file which it downloaded, or it can delete it afterwards. You kind of watch the movie.
Huh. Yeah, that's interesting.
And it's in full HD, so
that's awesome.
Yeah.
We like Gio was just mentioning, like you have Cody and all these other things. Like they'll last a couple months, and then a new one will come along. That one will stop working, a new one will come along. And it's just like always trying to find the new one. It's pretty fun.
Yeah.
Look at this rejection on gold.
Yeah, I like it. I'm at 40 pips.
Beautiful.
I think it's gonna go down. Based on everything, maybe.
Well, based on
depends
like sentiment and everything, it should be going down. You know?
Yeah,
I think it's
this one kind of flipped.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
The current 1 hour candle kind of flipped, and there's still 20 minutes to go for it. So if it kind of closes below this whole area, it's most probably going down.
Yeah, 100%. I think safe sells will be below 1760. Nathan, are you with us? Are you working? You might be busy
I'm
working.
gonna close out.
All right, Nathan can't hear us, but guys, I'm about to head off. I have to go to the gym soon right before a drive. So guys, have a great day. It's Monday, as you guys know. Put your pedal to the metal. Focus on what you got to do, and also fill these things out tonight. You guys know I do this thing every single night. Stipe, I don't know if I introduced this to you. Did I?
Nope.
Well, let's schedule our catch-up Zoom, and I'll break all this stuff down for you, just so that you can manage your time a little bit better and make sure that you're getting everything out of yourself.
Okay.
But guys, have a great rest of the day. I will see you guys tomorrow morning, bright and early. So I'm actually doing the market breakdown with Sharma tonight as soon as I get back from Philly. So I'll be posting that in the analysis section instead of doing an Asian breakdown. And that'll be a full fundamental and technical breakdown of both these pairs. All right. So obviously we already did it today. So some of the guys that weren't on the stream today will probably get a better opportunity watching that, if that's a better word for it. But guys, have a great day. If you guys need me at all, let me know, and I will see you guys tomorrow.
All right, brother. I'll talk to you later.
Let's go, baby. I'll talk to you soon. All right.
Yeah.